Hello, everyone. I want to make a short sermon here. I got to start off. I'm going to be in one verse. It's going to be Proverbs 27:2 in the King James Version of the Bible, and it reads, let another man's praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. I just had that on my mind this morning before I got up, and I wanted to just share it with you. I told you before that my dad taught me a couple of valuable lessons, and one of them was not to brag, and the other one was not to make fun of people. And probably some more, but those two that stand out in my mind. And excuse me, but my dad worked for the government, and back in those days, they must have had some kind of a subsidy for school children, the schools. And they would ask you, I had a little form to fill out, a little card every year, and ask you what you, Dad did. Did he work on the arsenal or whatever? So I was little. I was in the second grade, I believe, and we had moved from New Orleans up here, lived down there about a year. And so I took it to my mother, and I asked my dad, I said, Daddy, what do you do? And he said, I told him about the form. He said, tell him I'm a janitor. And he wasn't. He was a property and supply clerk, I believe is what he was. So years roll on. I guess I just put down there property and supply clerk every year. Got on up to, I think it was maybe 10th or 11th grade, and I got a little brave. And I believe that's when it was. And I asked him again. I said, Dad, what do you do? And I said, are you still a property supply clerk? And he said, Lord, no, I hadn't been that in years. He was contracts administrator at the arsenal. And he worked for NASA. And I know a brother of mine worked for a little contractor, and he was giving my dad a hard time, kind of. And my dad said, you fool with me, and I'm going to renew y'all's contracts. He was kidding, of course. But around my house, I had two brothers. Dwayne, that was an attorney. He was a political science major. Then went on to become an attorney. And my another brother of mine was a political science major. And my dad loved politics, and they talked politics. I never did like it. I just sat there or go in another room or whatever. So, but anyway, I've got off track here a little bit. What I'm trying to tell you about is don't brag. Let me read you this, Daniel 4, 24 through 28. And of course, Daniel had dreams, and other people had dreams, and Daniel would interpret them. And so Daniel was talking to the king. He said, this is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which has come upon my lord the king, that they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be among the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen. And they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. And whereas they commanded to thee the stump of the tree roots, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee, after thou shalt have known that the heavens do rule. Wherefore, O king, let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off thy sins by righteousness, and thine iniquities by showing mercy to the poor, if it shall may be a lengthening of thy tranquillity. All this came upon King Nebuchadnezzar. So he got too high. He got too mighty. He got to thinking that he could do these things. He got to thinking that it was by his might and his strength. And God brought him down. And he will bring the next man down. I see young brothers. I love them. I'm behind them. I want to go on record. But I see that I'm afraid that they may get lifted up and think that it's something that they have done. But as I said, God gave you your brain. He gave you your abilities. He can snatch your brain right out of your head. And he can also take all the talents you got in just a flash. So, and I've preached for years about the me channel. It's, all about me. It's not. We need to get off the me channel and get on us channel. If we didn't care who got the credit, there's no telling what we could get done. What does it matter? If I pray a prayer and somebody's healed, or you pray the prayer and somebody's healed, what does it matter who prayed the prayer? They were healed. That's what we were seeking after. So, and I know, brother, sister, I'm never saying I've been never been bothered by any of this or guilty of any of this. I'm just saying what I have to remind myself of, and I want to remind you of. Just don't care. If we didn't care who got the credit, there's no telling what we could get done. And I'm shifting gears, and I don't think they maybe go together naturally, but God can put them together. But now I want to talk to you about women and sisters and that sort of thing. I know that these YouTube videos, they give you analytics and tell you who's watching and that kind of stuff, what age group, and it seems to me the analytics on me says that 97.3% that watch my videos are women and 2.7 are men. I don't know if that's true. I think probably brothers watch because I get comments from brothers, but I do know that women are very important, and especially if you're a man, and God is working with you right now, you're going to need your wife. I've said this before, she may have gained 50 pounds since she said I do to you, and different things. But you may be like me, lost your hair and gained 100 pounds or whatever. Not quite that, but 50 pounds yourself. But I think about Melinda, my wife, down through the years of my ministry, the funeral she's went to, and and was with me to support me. She's been to almost every one of them, and the revivals, which I haven't had that many. I've had some to the church and a few to the lost, but she's been there. Weddings, rehearsal nights for weddings, all of that. My wife has been right there for me. You're going to need your wife. And I probably should have saved this part of the sermon for Mother's Day, but that's in May, I think, and I feel like it now, so I can't wait. And but I'd like to give them honor. I'd like to give my wife honor, and my mother. My mother was instrumental in my life. She probably helped shape my life, the first part of it, more than any other person. I'm sure of that. My mother was kind. She was the kindest person I ever met in my life. And talking about bragging and talking about the Me channel and all that, it says rejoice and weep with them that weep, I believe is what it says, and I don't have time to look it up but anyway, and so it says that. And the prodigal son, whenever the prodigal son went off, and the older son stayed there and was faithful to his dad, and the prodigal son wound up in the hog pen, and he came back home, and the dad threw a celebration for him. And it didn't please the older brother. He didn't rejoice with him. We do pretty good at weeping with people that's weeping. But when it comes to rejoicing with those that rejoice, I think we come short a lot of times. I want to be where I rejoice with you in your time of success or glory or good fortune or whatever it may be. And I'd like to caution younger brothers not to get in a competition. And of course, I'm hoping you're not. But what does it matter? Just do what you do, and just let it be that. And be proud for the other brother. Y'all working together, and it takes everybody. And I remember, I'm just saying things right now. I'm gonna try to end it because Brother Lige told me and Brother Jack Kelly something about don't ad lib, and I guess I'm ad libbing a little bit. But I went to a church. I told this several times on these videos, but I went to a church and I preached, and the minister of the church got up and said that he really enjoyed it, and he said Brother Dale is a unique person, unique man. And I thought about it on the way home. A pretty good piece from my house, and I thought about it on the way home, and I thought, what does that mean? And I'm just telling you, I thought about Forrest Gump, and that psychiatrist or whatever he was told his mother, said, your bow's different, Miss Gump. So I thought, is he saying I'm different, unique? And so I looked it up, and it meant one of a kind. I don't think I've ever tried to be like anybody else in the ministry. I just try to be myself. But just do that. Just be yourself. I found out I cry. And I don't see that happening with a lot of other ministers, but that's just the way I'm built. And learn not to suppress that. If it comes, it comes. But anyway, I've got to digressing, I guess, but started out telling you we're all in this together. If you had a jigsaw puzzle and one piece wanted to be like the other piece, it'd mess it all up. You're unique. You're a designer's original. A designer's original, you don't put it in the closet. You put it out there for everybody to see. So just be you. God made you the way he wanted to. So I hope it's encouraged somebody. I sure hope it hadn't bored you. So I'm going to give you my phone number, 256-508-4410. If you call, I'll get back to you when I can. I might not right after first. And leave me a little message telling me what maybe you need. I'll be working on it. So may God bless you. I love and care about you. Until next time.